Hey guys, we're here to pass you guys off on the patient safety monitor. This monitor is being used currently on the 5th floor and I believe on the 6th floor. 4th floor will also be learning how to use the patient safety monitor as well. So this monitor is for our patients who require a one-to-one sitter. And what you're going to do is you're just going to follow this algorithm, and it's a patient safety action decision guide. So you're going to first off have to have an order from the physician that states they need a one-to-one. From that point, you will follow the algorithm and determine whether or not they need to have an in-person sitter, or if a monitor, if it's available, if they would qualify for a monitor. So according to the algorithm, if the patient follows verbal safety instructions, then we can move down to this next box where if they don't move quickly, if they're kind of slow movers, then we can go, yes, they would qualify for video monitoring. However, if they don't follow verbal commands, or if they move quickly out of the view of the camera, then we are going to have a one-to-one sitter present with them. Also, all suicide patients are a one-to-one sitter in person. We cannot use a monitor for a suicide patient. So you'll follow the instructions here. So first off, remember you have to have a physician's order for a one-to-one sitter, and then you'll follow the algorithm to determine whether or not they could qualify for a monitor. So once we determine if a monitor is needed, you're going to find the monitor in the tele war room. So the monitors, there's 2 of them, and they're just over in the corner, and you'll just grab a monitor when you have determined that the patient would qualify for a patient safety monitor. Then you're going to do, we've got this onboarding checklist. So that covers whether or not you have the physician orders, and it steps you through what to do. When you decide that the patient safety monitor is appropriate, you're then going to just use your Vocera, and you're going to call PSM Tech. That will put you through to the telemonitoring group. They have a group of critical care techs who will monitor our patients for us. We will give report to them. We'll fill them in on the patient status, what it is that we want them to watch. And it's actually really pretty nifty. If we have a patient that's pulling on lines, then we want to let them know this is the area that we want you to monitor, and they will make a red box. And if a patient's hand goes outside of that box, or if they're reaching up toward their face, they will automatically come on the screen and talk to the patient and say, hey, don't do that. If for some reason they need to get a hold of the nurse, they will contact the nurse. If the nurse does not respond, then they will then do a broadcast to the whole unit. So when we first get the patient hooked up, that's one of the tests that we will do with our PSM Tech, is we will broadcast the whole unit as a test to make sure that everybody gets that message, so in case it is needed in case of an emergency. Then there's a change of shift checklist, and it includes on all of these checklists, there is a patient safety monitoring tech checklist, and then there's the bedside caregiver checklist. So we'll do a handoff with the PSM monitor. Just report any changes, let them know if we're watching something different, or determine if the patient still requires the PSM. Then when we discontinue it, we are going to just notify the PSM that we are not going to need their services anymore. We will discontinue it and end the monitoring. And there's also a door magnet that we will be placing up on the door that indicates that there's a patient safety monitor. And I think that is pretty much it. It's pretty self-explanatory. It steps you through. All you have to do is make sure that that monitor is always plugged in. There is also the capability of the patient safety monitor tech that if we're doing a bed bath or personal cares, we let them know, and they can just kind of pixelate the screen so they can't see anything, but they can still see the shadow of the patient and the staff in the room. Anyway, pass this off with your charge nurse and enjoy using the patient safety monitor. Let us know how it goes. Thanks.